Jeremy Conrad just confirmed that Thunderbolts is in production at Marvel Studios. Holy crap, you guys know this is a dream for me. Let's talk about it.
It's like the news, but for nerds.
Today's shout out goes to Curtis Badger. Indeed, April 8th of 2022 is the date that we'll get into the Spider-Verse 2. Make sure you stay to the end of this video where we will ask another nerd card question. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday to you. You made it through another work week. Congratulations. I am Josh. Welcome back to the show. Now, real quick, I have to issue a correction on something we reported earlier in the week, and maybe you've already heard about this, but this Limbo movie, right? There was this Limbo movie that everybody was talking about online and on Reddit. We had reported, based on the speculation of a lot of other insiders out there, that we were pretty dang sure this was the Fantastic Four. Well, recent reports indicate that it's pretty much confirmed that that is actually an LLC created for the production of the Loki series. So, official correction. According to the sources out there right now, what it is the Loki series. Now, I'll be completely honest with you guys. That's cool and all, but I'm sort of really confused. Why was there all this hinting about it being Fantastic Four? What was the deal with all the insiders slipping in those little Fantastic Four things? What's going on? Are they playing games with us?
Quit playing games with my heart.
But either way, it does appear that that is not going to be the Fantastic Four movie. That's going to be the Loki series. So let us know what you think about that in the comments section below. Okay, guys, let's talk about this scoop by Jeremy Conrad. He is talking about how Thunderbolts is going to be in production at Marvel Studios, or is in early development at Marvel Studios. Let's just read right from the article, MCUcosmic.com. I'm going to read from the article, and then I'm going to nerd the F out. All right, here we go. The loss of the major leaders of the Avengers, such as Iron Man, Captain America, and Black Widow in the events of Endgame, has left a void in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who will avenge the Earth in the future with its mightiest heroes decimated? Pretty good opening line, gotta be honest. How about a ragtag group of misfits and anti-heroes led by the person responsible for the Sokovia Accords? It's been rumored and speculated by many for a long time. Yes, it has. I was one of those. But a Thunderbolts project is now in very early development at Marvel. Most people want to see them on the big screen, but in the Disney Plus era and the emphasis Marvel Studios is placing on the service and its importance to the MCU, the possibility of the team starting there in a series can't be ruled out. As for the MCU lineup, it's easy to begin piecing together. We know Thunderbolt Ross does appear in some way in next May's Black Widow. Whether it's in the movie itself or a credits stinger is unknown, but that could be the first steps into assembling his team. Then we have people like Ghost, Justin Hammer, and even the Winter Soldier waiting to be assembled by Ross. And don't forget about the return of Zimbo, complete with his familiar hood in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm sure there will be endless speculation as to the actual team lineup for the next few years. It's in early development, it's likely several years away, but the MCU will finally have a popular team of heroes to help fill the void left by the events of Avengers Endgame. Woo! Woo! I tell you what, that's some exciting news. So let's break down some of this stuff. Let's talk about what he's talking about. Now, the fact is, this is very early development, right? But as Jeremy is saying in his article, many people have been speculating about this. We were one of those peoples. We were definitely speculating about this, and you guys know, if you've been watching the show for a while, Dark Avengers has been on my brain since the events of Avengers Endgame. And what have I constantly said? The thing that I've constantly come back to, and it's not necessarily even an original idea, but the fact that we are living in this void after Avengers Endgame, the fact that the main heroes are gone, we want new heroes. The world wants to have protection. And then you have the Sokovia Accords and you have Thunderbolt Ross. Now, when we talked about him being on the set of Black Widow, I literally probably spilled this exact trail of thought talking about how we get to Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers, because really, I just like Dark Avengers. Thunderbolts is fine. And I guess that's the way they're going to go, according to Jeremy. But I would love to see that eventually become Dark Avengers. But still, the thought process is exactly the same. This is the exact way that a lot of fans see this going, and it's fantastic, man. This is what will really help us not only fill the void of Avengers, because here's the thing. Without an Avengers title in general, there's this void left in the MCU. A lot of the questions that Feige got after San Diego Comic-Con were all sort of directed at that idea where they're like, okay, well, where's the Avengers in Phase 4, right? That was something that people brought up, because all the phases end cap sort of with an Avengers film, right? That's sort of been the status quo. Now, what Feige said as an answer to that, and this is a boilerplate answer, something that they thought about, was we just had a movie called Avengers Endgame, and that was an ending in a lot of ways for that cast of Avengers. And Phase 4, I have Kung Fu on the brain. By the way, chop like, I don't think I said that yet. But anyways, Phase 4 is about new beginnings, Feige said, right? That's what it's about. It's about new beginnings, new faces, a new sort of direction, a new status quo. Well, as I've always said, I still think they will go back to the Avengers well. And I don't know if maybe the next Avengers is called like Avengers 5 Thunderbolts or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that would be really cool. But either way, I think this is where a lot of people's minds are going because it gives you the Avengers, but it's a new twist on it. So here's the thing. In my opinion, if they try to just go new Avengers, it might be a little bit lame. It might be a little bit lame. It might not have the oomph that they need, right? Because it's like, okay, here's all these new characters. Some people are going to love them. Some people are not. Everybody's going to miss the old cast. And you sort of set yourself up for this sort of 2.0 softer version of the Avengers. But how do you combat that? Well, you put a new twist on an old lemon. If what they do is make the Avengers the Thunderbolts and have the Thunderbolts be this big thing out there that's Sokovia Accord backed, you know, I always bring this up, but the meeting they were going to go to in Germany in Far From Home, I honestly believe that was sort of the next phase. That was setting up the new Sokovia Accords, the new group of heroes that will protect Earth. And if it's going to be Thunderbolts, it's going to be Thunderbolts. But that is such a cool way to take the Avengers. It would be different. It would be exciting. That's what the MCU is all about. It's about sort of doing newer, better, bigger things, right? There was stagnant points in the MCU in Phase 2. And then everybody realized, like, well, fans don't want just the same old thing. They want kind of new stuff. Take the status quo, but make it new. And so Thunderbolts and Dark Avengers. And by the way, if you're playing the shot game at home, you're probably wasted at this point. My apologies. Maybe we shouldn't play that game anymore. But what this means is that the future, when it comes to Avengers, if it coincides with these Thunderbolts here, is going to be very, very exciting. And that's what I've been talking about, and that is the news, and that is why I am so hyped up about it. But I want to know, what do you think about this? What do you think about some of the thoughts that Jeremy's talking about in this article? What do you think about the characters that could come in and be a part of the Thunderbolts? And yeah, it's several years away, but as he says, man, and we've talked about this too, Zemo and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's happening very soon. I think the seeds for this might start to get planted ASAPtually, and I'm very excited about it. But I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. And now let's check the nerd card before we get out of here. I want to know, folks, what was the other big movie that everybody thought Limbo was going to be? There was two big movies, and one of them was the Fantastic Four. That's kind of what we reported on here, and, you know, obviously it's Loki now. But what was the other big movie people thought Limbo could be? Answer that question in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.